Yo, guys, welcome back to another live stream. It's early in the morning, bro. I don't even know if anybody's in here, but if you are, welcome. We're just gonna be playing some ranks until maybe like 11, 12, something like that. Hope you guys enjoy, man. Crazy. Would you look at that, guys? We have a stacker, and this is built. Never mind. That was built, guys. We're not doing that.
And the girl started crying. That's them. She immediately ran behind me and into the back bedroom, and I gave her a fireplace poker to protect herself in case something goes wrong. As soon as I closed the bedroom door, two women in matching navy coats walked onto my porch. The taller one immediately started checking every window, and the shorter one showed me her phone open to a tracking app, and the dot was pinging right at my location. Sir, we've been tracking a young girl all night, and the signal led us straight to your front door. Have you seen her? I told her no, but then she pointed at the snow on my welcome mat. There are small footprints leading inside. Whatever she told you isn't real. I promise you that. I replied that I had let my dog out earlier, but that's when the taller woman walked past me toward the kitchen and stopped in the hallway. Sir, we need to check the rest of your cabin. I stepped in front of her and said absolutely not, but my voice cracked and I could tell she heard it. Suddenly, I smelled gasoline drifting from the bedroom where the teenage girl was. I tried to think quickly and told her my generator must be leaking. Now she was standing in the middle of the spreading fire with a lighter in her hand. The headboard was burning, and flames were flying the curtains. She turned around, and her eyes locked onto me, and she screamed, "I know you called them to take me back. I'd rather die than go." I froze because I didn't understand, but the girl was already lunging toward me and swinging the poker directly at my head. I closed my eyes and braced for impact, but then suddenly, the taller woman tackled her into the burning rug and then dragged the girl outside through the smoke. I asked what was going on, and the shorter woman pulled out an ID from her coat, where it said she was a psychiatric nurse from a nearby facility. I looked at the flames and realized I almost burned alive, protecting a stranger from the only people trying to help her, a teenager.
Okay.
When my wife texted love you instead of love you more, I drove 90 miles an hour to get home every single day for 12 years. I have texted my wife, "I love you" at some point during the day. Every single day for 12 years, she has responded, "I love you more." It started as a silly thing when we were dating, but somewhere along the way it became sacred. She had never once forgotten. Not when she had a 104-degree fever and could barely lift her phone. Not when we had that awful fight and slept in separate rooms for 3 days. Even then, when my text came through, she responded the same way she always did. So when I texted her and she just wrote back, "Love you," I knew something was terribly wrong. I called her immediately. She answered on the first ring, which was already strange because she was usually busy with the baby. "Hey babe, what's up?" Her voice sounded cheerful but off. "I just wanted to hear your voice," I said carefully. "Is everything going okay today?" "Oh yeah, everything's great. I've just been hanging out with the baby. Actually, my friend from the gym stopped by to visit, so I should probably let you go. We don't have a gym membership." She was telling me someone was in our house who should not be there. I was already grabbing my keys when I told her I loved her.
All right. This is what we need. Somebody always hating on me. I'm shocked. Oh, oh my god. That's good, bro. I was thinking I should have music on, but like at the same time, I don't think I should. Already? Oh my god, my aim is terrible. Hello? That was bad aim. I just know I lost there. Oh, what am I doing? Was my rank protected or something? Yeah, it probably was. Excuse me, guys.
40 minutes from home on a good day, but I made it onto the highway doing 90 before I could even process what was happening. I called 911 and tried to explain. Sir, slow down, the dispatcher said. Your wife texted you the wrong thing and mentioned a gym. She is telling me her and my infant daughter. Is it possible she has a friend visiting that you don't know about? Ma'am, I have been married to this woman for 12 years. Holding my family hostage right now. The dispatcher's tone shifted. We're sending units. I hung up and called.
I got it. Shining his flashlight. Have you been drinking and driving? I rolled down the window with my head pounding. No, officer, I am indeed drunk, but I haven't driven at all. I'm sleeping so I can wake up and drive home only when I'm sober. But the cop leaned closer. Well, being drunk in the vehicle and planning to drive is still a crime. I'm gonna need you to step out. I was tired and confused and showed him the car keys in my pocket, but these weren't even in the ignition. I wasn't planning to drive until I was sober, but he just motioned his hand for me to step out. I was frustrated and flailed my arms. This is bullcrap. Would you rather me actually drive drunk instead of sleeping or something? He must have felt threatened because he pulled his pistol out and aimed it inches from my head. I instantly froze. I couldn't believe this was happening. And as he cuffed me, people from the party gathered on the front lawn. What's happening? Your buddy here wanted to drive drunk. The lifelong friends I've been partying with watched me get shoved into the police cruiser, and I could tell by their faces they now saw me as a drunk driver. 3 weeks later, I was standing in court, and the judge looked at me. You're facing 18 months in prison for driving under the influence, Mr. Moore. The cop stood smirking on the other side. He claimed he caught me while driving, but when it was my turn, I told the full truth. I was drunk, but never drove. I slept to sober up. My keys weren't in the ignition. The judge looked at the footage from the Ring doorbell and watched the cop harass me. Did you really pull a gun on a man for choosing not to drive drunk? The cop stammered and went pale. But he was keeping himself and others safe. The judge interrupted. Case dismissed. He banged his gavel, then looked up at the cop one last time. I find this case pretty rich coming from an officer with a DUI on his own record. The cop froze while I stood there twirling my car keys and laughing. I got in my car. I walked into school on St. Patrick's Day, but the second I opened my locker, green slime fell all over my head. My 3 bullies were across the hall laughing with their phones out. They'd bullied me for being Irish and ginger all year. The slime dripped down my face into my shirt, and I ran to the bathroom, sticking my head under the sink, feeling humiliated. The slime wouldn't wash out and stuck to my hair, and I pulled out my phone with shaking hands, calling my cousin Declan. I thought everything would be fine, but at lunch, my 3 bullies set up a cardboard box painted green, naming it a leprechaun trap. They got me in a headlock and dragged me towards it. I gripped it, but there were 3 of them. I ended up in a cardboard box. Last period, I found a note slid under my desk. My crack. My stomach dropped because I needed my bike. Out with shaking legs, praying Declan would actually show up. 3 bullies were at the rack, holding a roll of green duct tape and a bottle of green food dye. They grabbed me by the collar. Time to make Ireland proud, leprechaun. They smirked. I was trembling, but just as one popped the cap on the dye, I heard an engine behind us. A car was blasting black and tans out the window. Declan and my 2 other cousins climbed out, holding their empty cans of Guinness so hard they squished. Declan walked up to the bullies. Which one of you dumped slime on my baby cousin? I could smell the Guinness on his breath. The bullies laughed. We all did. What are you gonna do, leprechaun? He began tilting the bottle of dye onto me, but Declan socked the bully immediately. He fell to the floor, and my 2 other cousins jumped in, beating the bollocks off them. When it was done, Declan poured the green dye all over their heads. Now you're the leprechaun.
Freak, bro. Yo, what's up, man? Um, just put your username in chat, bro. Just put your username in chat, and I got you. All right, I got you. Yo, why? I'm getting just popped. I'm getting popped. That's right, man. All right, bro, chill. What you rushing for? I don't even see it in the chat. Here. I don't see your name in the chat. Just here. Add me, bro. My username is right there. Just add me. I think you've seen my name long enough, bro. Like, what's taking long? All right, peace. I might play it safe. Buddy, why are you inviting me, dude? What are you playing? Nah, I'm good. Thanks, though.
But there's one more thing you. A kid in our. But there's one more thing you need before you become fully Irish. He pulled a fresh can of Guinness from his jacket, cracked it open, and pressed it to the main bully's lips while he was on the floor. Foam ran down his chin. Declan laughed. Happy St. Patty's Day. I grabbed a spare can from Declan's car and cracked it open. I am Irish after all. The next day in school, nobody even mentioned Ireland. I walked into school. A kid in our class made a Kahoot username so bad our teacher got walked out by security before the period ended. Mrs. K wrote the join code on the board for our Kahoot test review. We grabbed our phones and joined while she cast it to the smart board. Usernames popped in like Princess Gigi and Fartlek until one dropped at the bottom and Mrs. K's whole face changed. Mrs. K wears a wig. Mrs. K slammed her hand on the desk so hard her coffee shook. Who did this? Nobody moved. Every kid stared at their phone like the question wasn't for them. She called the office for the My dad let us win at Monopoly every Christmas for 17 years, and finally cashed in his I told you so this December. He'd been warning us since I was a kid that one Christmas he was going to stop going easy on us. We always laughed it off because Dad couldn't even play checkers without losing to my little sister. This year, he sat down at the dining table, cracked his knuckles, and said, "The gloves come off tonight." He landed on Boardwalk on his fourth turn and tried to act casual as he counted out the money. Just a little real estate, nothing major. Then he started buying everything he landed on. By the second hour, my brother was mortgaging properties to stay alive, and Dad was humming Christmas carols. He proposed a trade with me.
The aim is not aiming today.